Here we go. Hey, hi everybody. Welcome to another Q&A for the San Francisco Indie Fest Shorts Film Festival 2022. This is another Q&A, online Q&A for the program Bay Area Talent or Bay Area Talents. Anyway, we got plenty of talent here. We've got a good turnout of filmmakers that are in this year's Bay Area program at the SF Indie Fest. Hey guys, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you making movies, and appreciate you submitting your films to our film festival. We love them all. To just maybe break the ice, I'm Jason Wolos. I'm one of the programmers here at Indie Fest. I am the shorts programmer. Go around the room quickly and introduce yourself so I can put a film to the face, if you will. And if you want, maybe say your role. Like I'm Jason Wallace. I'm the programmer for the Shorts Fest. Tell us what your movie is about very quickly, and I'll call you out. I got Linda on my screen right here, but there's two people. Go ahead and tell us yourselves and introduce yourselves, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Linda. I am the writer and director of Bookkeeper.
And my name is Javier, and I'm the editor, and I also did animation and some comp work on Birdkeeper.
Great. Good to have you here. Wes, would you mind going next, please?
Sure. Thanks, Jason. I'm Wes Teray, and my short is called Drought, and it's a impressionistic, middle of the night character study of a girl longing for escape. And I did everything except for the music. It was a one-man sort of painting. So that's
Wow.
that's what's going on over here.
Even more impressive. Laura, I have you next on my screen.
Oh, hi, I'm Laura. I'm a student at UC Berkeley Journalism School, and along with my partner Shu, we did Living Dictionary Cantonese.
Nice. Right on. Thanks for joining us. Guy, let's go to you. Mute. I can't hear you. Come on, you can make a movie, but you can't unmute yourself? What's going on?
My name is Guy Wilkinson. I made Switching Lanes, which is a story about a girl who moves to San Francisco and feels alienated in the city until she buys a bike fished out of a dumpster.
Right on. Great little film. And I think there's Amanda there in the dark, way back there. I can't really see her, but hey, Amanda, you're next.
Hi, I'm Amanda Bean, and I was writer-director of Just Wanna Dance, which was a short dance film.
Right on. Loved it. Ellie, please, next.
I'm Allie Mae. I'm the writer-director for The Last Picture, which was a short thriller about a waitress who had to make a decision when she's confronted with a very strange man and a young girl.
Thank you. Hey, Gabriel.
Hello. I'm Gabriel. I'm a senior at Woodside High School, actually. And I was the, what was I? The director, the writer, the cinematographer, the producer, like pretty much all the major.
All right. No bragging. You're just a filmmaker. You're a filmmaker. Yeah. We're impressed.
Yeah.
We're impressed.
And my film is I Don't Ride My Bike Anymore.
Right on. Loved it. Alex, I know you. Hey, no driving and zooming. Be careful. I hope you pulled over.
Yes, I'm not driving. I just got my car. Sorry, I joined late. Nice to see you again. I'm Alex. Sorry, go ahead.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you again as well. I'm Alex Zaitchik. My film was Losing My Head. I wrote and directed it and edited it probably. Can't remember. It's been a little while. And it's a short film about a woman stuck in a dead-end editing job.
I've been there. Hey, and forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Correct me, Gur Parsed.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gurp Shalathand. I'm the producer, writer, director for the film Simran, which is about a South Asian high school student, and she gets invited to her first Halloween party. And unfortunately, she runs into some circumstances that are not so fun. And this was my thesis film for my UCLA graduation. I graduated as a director from UCLA, which is really, really awesome. I'm the first Punjabi Sikh to ever graduate from UCLA's film program. So shout out to diversity. And I'm really excited to meet all of you guys and see your films.
Yes, indeed. Congrats. Welcome. And then Zoe, you're a passenger, right? You better be a passenger.
Yes, I'm absolutely a passenger.
Otherwise, I'd turn you off. We don't allow driving and zooming. Introduce yourself.
I'm Zoe. I was the editor for I Just Want to Dance. That was directed by Amanda Bean, who may have already introduced herself. I'm not sure. I'm sorry for getting on here a little late. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah. What's with being late as an editor? Come on. So how was working on I Just Want to Dance? Love that movie. Since I'm on you, I'm just going to ask you a question. How was editing I Just Want to Dance? A beautiful film.
It was wonderful. Not only, obviously, I mean, the footage and the performance was really beautiful and easy to work with. So many good takes, so many good options. Nothing that really wasn't usable. But really, I mean, my relationship with Amanda is really great. And I think that was probably our 4th or 5th film we've worked on together, with her directing and me editing. And I think it was the first one where we truly found our flow. And yeah, the collaboration was just really seamless and easy, and there was a lot of trust and a lot of rapport that we had built, that I think you can tell
Good.
in the outcome.
Amanda, so did you have all the footage that you wanted to make editing easier and realize your vision?
Yeah, for the most part. I wish we had gotten more like actual close-ups. It's really fast paced, and there's a lot of movement, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And also dancers have a limitation, with actors you can shoot for 12 hours, but dancers can only exert themselves at that level for maybe 4 or 5 hours. So, you really, even with breaks, like in a day, you can't put that level of output out. So it's really limits you,
Yeah. I do want to add too, I wish I had 30 minutes with each of you in your films, but I don't, because I love all of them. So forgive me for being short and guiding us along. Alex, since your film is about the dead end job editing, and we were talking about editing, what inspired you in your film?
I guess, well, I've had a job like that, and I really haven't had too many jobs like that, but I had one job that I was editing for a little while for just like school lectures. And even a few days of that, I was easily able to project out what it would be like to get stuck in that for far too long. So that was really it. Thinking about what it would be like to be stuck in a job like that forever.
Yeah, very creative. All these films very creative, different styles, very eccentric. We got docs, we got scary films, thrillers, narratives. Just a wonderful array of different films. Goosebrand, what was your inspiration for your thesis film?
I'm sorry, did you say me?
Yeah, I'm trying to pronounce your name right.
Oh, okay. No worries.
What was your inspiration?
My inspiration for my film was honestly like a lot of pain, and it comes from a lot of unfortunate circumstances. A lot of the times, stuff like sexual abuse and sexual assault is just slipped under the rug and not talked about. So I hope that my film can bring light to these type of topics. And if anyone can watch my film and be a little bit stronger after watching it, then I've done my job as a director.
You have done your job as a director. I wanted to say that it was I was appreciated that it was accessible on such a subject matter. You know what I mean? Because it's a difficult one, and you made it watchable and us to understand it. Laura, what was your inspiration for your film?
Well, I'm a lover of poetry and language, so I wanted to see what languages were around San Francisco, and Chinatown's Cantonese is thriving. And it was beautiful to start with trying to find what the poetry was about, but then to understand that this community, how much they rely on the utility of the language, was really fun to explore throughout making the documentary.
Yeah. Gabriel, where'd your spark come from? Your catalyst?
Well, I made the film in my the fall semester of my junior year, and I was going through a lot of bad relationships at the time. I went through 1 or 2 during the pandemic and before that, and then also the pressures of school at that time had me feeling very anxious, and along with other things. So the film was almost like it was very cathartic for me to just throw everything in there in something a little bit more expressive.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, not much dialogue or verbal or vocal, right? There's a couple lines.
Yes, there's a few reasons for that. One, I'm not very good at writing dialogue. I'll be honest. Again, yeah, I'm a senior right now. I'm still new to writing screenplays. It's not where I originally came from. I started in the tech aspect of it. I'm learning that part, but also I like using less words because I feel like it draws more emphasis to when you do use them.
True.
Yeah, I'll keep it at that.
Yeah, less is more. Very powerful film. Very stylized too. I appreciated it. And since you do have the theme or topic of bicycles, Guy, a natural segue, where'd your inspiration come? Are you a bicyclist, or was it the subject that
I bike a little bit. I've moved around a lot, and I'm quite interested in isolation. I know how it feels to kind of feel alienated in a new city. And I was interested in how sometimes it's the smallest things that can make a massive difference. It's not necessarily wholesale life changes. It's something simple like getting a bike that can change everything. I just liked the simplicity of that.
it made your film more powerful? Hey, where are you calling in from? I'm just curious. Is that New York City in the background? Are you really there?
It's Melbourne. I wish that was the view from my apartment, but I just got it off Google.
And so, but your film takes place in San Francisco Bay Area, right?
Yeah, I just moved from San Francisco where I lived for 6 years, and I relocated to Melbourne recently.
Shoot, so you're not going to be at the Roxy?
No, but May, who the film is about, I think will be.
Oh, good. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. Linda, how about you guys? What was the inspiration for your film?
I think I'm just to tell you guys a little bit about Birdkeeper. It's a film about a young girl named Lumen who goes through a series of traumatic events, and we kind of follow her on her journey as she's walking through those challenges, but from the point of view of her subconscious mind. So it's a little bit of a dream therapy that we're doing, which segues into what has been the inspiration for the movie. It's the whole world, the world of dreams, the subconscious mind, how we process trauma on a deeper level, the whole mythology and symbolism, like how we give meaning to certain things that we dream about. All of that kind of went into creating this story. Yeah.
Yeah, very otherworldly, kind of mythical, surreal. I love not to give anything away, but people have already seen your movie supposedly. The bird man, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, the dream catcher is what we called him. Yeah.
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 Wes, how about you? Yours is also otherworldly and unique and creative. Yeah, well, I mean, you definitely, I mean, all these films put us in a space and a place, and yours is one of those. Where were we? How did you do that and come up with that?
Well, I had just come off of a feature film, a fantasy adventure that was set in the 1960s, taking that on the festival circuit. It was called Precarious, and it was nice to be able to just get a breather, to not have a crew around, and just to be able to explore. I really like this idea of sort of like these faintly remembered times of past. So moving back to like the 1850s, and now making it accurate in a very kind of stodgy period piece kind of way, but just sort of in a romanticized, faintly remembered kind of way. So that's where that came from.
Very cool. Allie, your inspiration?
My inspiration was the true story, the film based. The truck stop killers. I feel so morbid. My wobbly.
You know, Allie, you're breaking up. We're kind of losing you.
It's based on a true story. Here,
yeah, we're losing. I'm going to go on to Amanda. You can come back. Amanda, where'd your idea come from? Are you a dancer?
I am a dancer. The choreographer is also one of the dancers in the film, and they had an idea. A lot of the themes are about gender, and they had an idea about effeminophobia and wanted to make a piece about that. And so that was the basis, like the little seed for what this ended up becoming.
And shot in the Ritz or shot in the Fairmont? Where?
Oh God, I wish I could remember the name of that place right now. It's on Nob Hill. I
Okay.
forget. It's a club. Yeah. It's like
Got
one of
it.
the
Probably like the
older,
Olympic Club or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
Great
The
idea.
location is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, indoors or interior, but with the skyline open out the windows, if you will, out the balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I had an opportunity to shoot a commercial there at one point and was just so struck by the floor and the reflections of the city on the floor. And I was like, I have to shoot this. So it was always in the back of my mind. And then when this came up, I thought it was a good fit.
Yeah, thank you, Ellie. Let's give you a second chance here.
Okay. Well, can you hear me better now?
Sounds like it.
Okay, so I'm in Hawaii, and I'm in a hotel, so the
Hawaii is known
connection's
for bad Wi-Fi, FYI.
Yeah, and it's pretty windy right now. The inspiration for the last picture came from a true story. It's the Truck Stop Killer, which is kind of obsessed with true crime. So it's a true crime story, and it's about his last victim and what would happen if someone hadn't intervened or had intervened.
So let me just throw this one out to anybody instead of calling out names. Why short films? Why this film? Why didn't you make a feature? Why didn't you do something different? Why did you make this short? I'll start with Laura, but anyone can join in.
I think it's because I consume short.
Ah.
I like short. It's to the point. It's a bit of a challenge in that sense because
And yours seems like it had enough maybe to be extended longer. You know what I mean?
oh, we wanted to go on. Yeah, we definitely wanted to go on. So I like the challenge of keeping things short, and it seems to be with the times.
Anyone else? Please add why you like shorts. Why you did a short? Why not a feature?
I feel like
I
in
wanted
this
to
day and age, it's really like, oh, I'm sorry, Guy.
Go ahead. Go respond. You're first. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. In this day and age, especially like, our extension spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And I had the potential. My film, my first cut was like 15 minutes, but our professors really wanted us, challenge us. And I agree with Laura. And like when you have constraints, when you're given like, oh, shoot this film on just one prime lens, or shoot this film with just like one location, it really challenges the filmmaker to do things. And half the time it comes out amazing. So
Yeah, I agree with you. I think in that restriction is beneficial for storytelling with shorts and allows you maybe also more freedom to take a risk. Alex, you made several shorts now, if I am correct. Sticking with shorts right now. Speak to that.
Well, so I actually made the shorts, and yeah, you're talking about another short that was actually with the same main character and same world. And I actually had written a feature first and decided that I want to try to pursue that, but I wanted to kind of do the shorts as a proof of concept, really. I don't know, prove that I knew the style I wanted to do and like figure the character out. So really, they were more meant as a way to figure the feature out.
Good practice. I completely agree with that approach. Did it myself. Whose first film? I know Gabriel's first film, right? Kinda.
Yeah, in a sense.
And what'd you learn?
Oh, what I learned from it? Oh, well, I'd never actually made anything before, so the whole process was a bit shocking, I'll say. When did I make it? I finished the screenplay, I believe, last September, and I shot it over 3 days of my Thanksgiving break, so November. Preparing it all like on my own with a budget of $100 was very complicated, given that I was also I had 2 AP classes. I was the lead in the fall play. I was very overwhelmed with everything else going on. So yeah, it was very interesting to experience that much that much stress.
Filmmaking can be stressful.
Yeah, I'm getting used to
it. Guy, so just tell us about making your film. Was it better to make a short, or
wanted to see if it was possible to like as a one-man band with one camera, one mic, just keep it as stripped back as possible. Just an experiment really, and it just seemed a lot more feasible, obviously doing a short than 90 minutes worth of that.
Yeah. Well, and how did you find, I mean, she's a engaging subject. How did you find her, approach her?
She's actually been a friend of mine and my wife for quite a long time. So yeah, she's a friend. I knew her already, but she was obsessed with this bike, and I just thought it was kind of funny, kind of interesting how this bike had just had such an impact on us. So,
and it's surprising how engaging it is because it's just about her and her bike. But she's also talking about being a newbie in a new location, and that's we can all kind of relate to that at certain times in our lives.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as well, she's used to a very different culture growing up in Bangkok, and you know, she's lived a lot in Hong Kong. So San Francisco, although it's got this global reputation, can be surprisingly quiet to a lot of newcomers, I think, and she definitely found that.
Yeah, true. Interesting. Linda, and your editor. So where'd you film your movie? And I mean, it's pretty much outside a lot of times, isn't it? Exterior shots?
A lot of it is exterior. Yeah, we filmed mostly in the Bay Area. I think a little bit in Half Moon Bay. Yeah, I think it was a short film because it was actually my thesis film. So one of the challenges for me was that it was my thesis, and I graduated before finishing the movie. So we actually moved to LA. And then it took us going back to San Francisco to actually finish it a few years later.
Oh, wow. So how long was the whole process?
I think it took us about 5 years to finish it. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, it was.
I appreciate your dedication. Let me go to Amanda. How long was your production? How long was your filmmaking process?
This one was actually pretty fast. I think from like conception to completion was about a month.
Month.
So
what about the actual shoot days?
Shoot day, we did one shoot day.
I figured. That's why I jumped to the opposite. I figured you were like one day.
Yeah, one day. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. Alex, how about you? How long?
Oops, sorry. Only a single day, really, for the shooting anyway. I did 2 shorts in 2 days, so I had all the same crew around for one weekend, and just did 2 different shorts with that. And though actually finishing the thing took a while longer. Yeah, it took a good couple months. I think it maybe took the pandemic where we all got stuck at home for me to sit down and just finally put the right amount of time into finishing the edit.
That's actually what happened to us too. Yeah, we got like 95% of it done, and then it was just the VFX where we sat. It just sat for a while to get back in there and start.
Yeah, it's not like you worked on it for 5 years every single day.
Exactly. Yeah. It was like a solid 6 months from start to finish, and then we had, I think, like 10 shots, VFX shots left to do.
Did you find that, like, being away from your project, it kind of started to intimidate you a little bit? You know, it happened to me a couple of times where you take a breather, and then it's just the amount of work or what's in front of you becomes a little bit foreboding, you know, a little worrisome.
Yeah. I think a lot of things happen, like graduating, moving to a new city. I'm not from here, so I also went through immigrating here fully. We got married. I married my editor. So a lot of things happened in between, but also the same when the pandemic hit, we were at home, and it was the ideal time to get back to it.
Yeah, I was like, it's time to open up the edit, Linda. And then we kind of like polished up a couple of things. And then I think after being away from it for a while, it kind of gave us like a breath of fresh air to look at it like in a new light. And we felt like more confident with it too, I think.
Right. You had fresh eyes.
Fresh eyes on it. And I think we fixed the edit in a couple spots. And then I come from a background animation, and I was looking at the shots that were left. So I told Linda, like, well, just give me all the things, and then I think I can figure out like the last things that we need to do. And because we had more time in 2020, so we kind of just little by little did that, like finished the animation and the comp work, and then sent it to her colorist, and just buttoned it up. So
yeah. Now, Wes, you did it all yourself, right?
What was that?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Well, I'm here in my loft space, my sort of small loft space, and it's convenient, especially when I'm hearing stories of everybody else talking, that when I'm building and making things here, it's convenient. It's comfortable not having to necessarily go out, get permits, deal with the outside world. So to have the one actress be able to come back and refine shots was kind of a luxury. So yeah, but I'd say over maybe 3 months, sort of like slowly. What's nice is the luxury of being able to shoot a first pass and then start to shoot more, just start to see the edit start to take place over time rather than just have that, what is it? Instead of having that list at the beginning that you have to just hammer through and try to get as much as you can. So, yeah.
And yours is 3D animation?
No, it's all live, but it has a lot of set extensions that use miniatures or animation or paintings to, but just enough for the actress to be working in.
Right. And so, Ellie, how about you? Challenges making your movie? I know the subject material kind of, heavy.
Yeah, the subject's a little heavy. I wrote the script really quickly. I think the script was 9 pages. I whipped it out pretty quickly and just put together the small production team that I had. And I have a really good ability to get locations, to get people to let me use. So like I got the restaurant. I shot it in Petaluma at a diner in Petaluma, and he just let us come in and shoot it in the diner. And then I also shot it in this really beautiful park in Petaluma for these really great shots that I had in my mind that I just had to have. And it came together really quickly. The most difficult part was the editing. I didn't have a very collaborative editor, and I'm not.
You should have hired Zoe.
Pardon? I should.
Yeah. Zoe.
I can edit myself, but not. I'm not. It takes me forever. So that was the most difficult and longest. That took the longest was the editing. I think that we were finished all. From the time I wrote it until it was in the can and out to festivals. I think it was like 4 months.
Got it. Zoe, any challenges working with your collaborator Amanda? You already have a nice working relationship, but it sounds sweet. But any challenges for you?
No, I really can't think of any. This was such a fun. I'm also a dancer.
Okay. That helps.
Yeah, our camera operator, the editor, and director, we're all dancers. So I think there was just like this flow to the whole process, and we all kind of knew what to do with it. And I would say this was one of the most fun and easy edits I've worked on in a long time.
Amanda and Zoe, have you guys made dance films in particular together before?
We have done dance films in the past, but not solely. We've done other stuff as well.
Got it. Because the choreography, both the camera and the dancers, is just fluid.
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal. And I think working with Zoe, she really understands the flow of movement because she is a dancer. And in this case, working with Christina, our camera operator, is the same thing, just really seamless. I barely had to direct her. She really understood.
Are there any shots in dance films that are just throwaways, or is it just the best? You capture several takes of the same move and you pick the best one?
Yeah, I think it's just about picking one, knowing when the performance is its strongest. And that can be something as much as if her face gets a little weird, we might not want to use that. And then also, I think it's about, you might have a great performance take, but this angle works better flowing into this movement, or these two takes collide in a cooler way. Luckily, Abdiel and Shay, the two dancers, were just on fire the whole time. There were no bad takes as far as the performance went. So everything was really usable, and we just kind of got to pick the things that worked best together.
Well, let's talk about performance from all your players in these movies. Amanda, since we're on your film right now, and you've worked with these people before, was there much direction? Not to diminish what your work was, but they're already dancers. You have people you work with, so is it just a matter of
And this one was a little more story driven than a lot of the dance pieces that I've done in the past. And I was really lucky working with Shay Dixon, who is also an actor and is actually really amazing, really talented actor. And so he was so easy to work with. And Abdiel is an incredible performer. It was a little more difficult. They had only ever worked on the stage, never in films. It's kind of a different monster. So that one was a little more challenging, but both of them were incredible to work with. And the dance performance is really what it's the crux of the piece. So it was easy to lean back there.
Yeah. And Gabriel, how about you kind of directing the first time? You got very authentic performances too. I mean, is it because they're your friends, or they just were 100% in, or was there a lot of casting? What?
Oh my God, my lead like dealt with so much terrible directing from me. And also my side character, their names are Xander and Neve. Xander put up with all my crap for the whole 3 days. All the little things I was trying to work out, figure out how to express what was going on in my head, like going through that. And Neve was even more of a champ. They did that monologue, I think 20 times until we got it right. And they were a trooper through the entire thing. So
Well done. And Allie, a younger cast member, was that first time working with a younger actor, or was it new, challenging?
Emma Harlow was amazing. She is a theater major. She's in New York now. She moved to New York after we filmed the last picture. She was just amazing. She was so, committed and devoted to getting the character of Gina and her pain right. And she really nailed it. I was so happy with all of my actors. They just were so committed and amazing. I have so much respect for them all.
Yeah. And nice tone, mood to all these movies. You guys really created an atmospheric kind of place. But let me go on to Linda and you guys, because you also have a young actor that delivers. How'd you get to your performances?
Yeah, I was a little nervous too because I hadn't ever worked with a child actor before. So when we met the young actress, her name is Amelia Finn Scott, I was just blown away by how grown up she was and how she really took the script and she put her own interpretation into it. And we had a lot of discussions. We talked a lot about the meaning of things. And her performance was just spot on all the time. Very, very grown up. It was a exceptionally great experience working with her.
Yeah. And Laura and Guy, as the two documentarians, docs in this program, your subjects were very open and generous.
You go first.
Oh, sure. Thank you. No, that's not very common. I've been finding when trying to make a documentary. And for Julia in the last chapter of the documentary, she just said everything spot on. It was amazing. I have to almost muffle myself because it's so painful when somebody is saying exactly what you need.
You want to just react with pleasure and joy, yay.
Yeah, everything was so wonderful. Everyone was really open. That community is amazing. I've been welcomed in so many different spaces through this documentary. So I've been very grateful for the space provided.
And Guy.
The interview that drives this whole film is the first thing we actually ever did together. It just took half an hour, simple, and I thought the rest of the film would just be. I actually went and second guessed myself. I thought that she was talking too quickly, and so I wrote a script and I tried to get her to read from a script, and it was a disaster. It was just an absolute disaster. So in the end, we just went back to that first interview, and I realized it was perfect.
Maybe you need that to reassure yourself that I got what I need.
I think so, yeah. I was so new to it. I didn't realize that it was absolutely fine as it was. I just, created problems when there weren't any.
So that was first, and then you went and got all these fantastic, beautiful Bay Area shots.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Basically, we did the interview first, and then we kind of, just painted the shots over the top. I hung out of a car and stuff, filming her next to the bike and things like that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous location shots of San Francisco. You do San Francisco proud.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Wes, your player was in a different century.
Sure. What's interesting about Jasmine Yohai is she's not a stage actress. She's a dancer and a choreographer that I knew. And I think it actually worked out really well because while she didn't have the acting experience, she was tuned in to being able to, it gave her sort of like a raw rather than like kind of sort of a performative kind of expression that I think was needed. So I think it worked out all right.
Yeah, sure did. And Gerspard said, how do you say your name? Sorry, one more time.
My name is pronounced Gurpershad.
Gurpershad. I'm sorry. Forgive me tremendously.
No worries.
Your performances, those women are wonderful.
Thank you.
and raw and emotional. How'd you get there? First film. How'd you do that?
Well, before I came into filmmaking, I was a theater performer as well. Did a lot of acting, singing, and dancing. So that was my strong suit coming into filmmaking. And I was very fortunate to be placed in a school of theater, film, and television. So I had an immense pull from the theater program. And a lot of my actors that I got for my film were theater performers. So because I used to be in that position and now I was the filmmaker, I was able to direct and lead them into working on the screen rather than them working on stage.
Ah, I see. All right, we only have time for one or two more. Alex, how do you like making movies in the Bay Area?
I love it. I don't know what else to say. That's what I do basically full time. So I'm on other people's sets or I'm on my own. And
Do you think there's a benefit or an advantage to this area, or do you think it's just like any other area?
I certainly think there's a benefit. One, you're working with a lot of the same people. You know, the pool's smaller, but I kind of love that. And it means nobody can be mean to anybody else because you're going to work with them again. So you all kind of got to be nice to each other. I think that's a good benefit.
True, true. And Zoe and Amanda, you're in the Bay Area. Zoe, you're in the Bay Area?
Yeah, I'm from Oakland. I'm based in LA right now, but I come back to Oakland pretty often.
Well, how do you like working in Oakland and San Francisco and the Bay Area?
I'm going to defer to Amanda on that.
Oh,
I actually would, I mean, I'm the one that's usually shooting. Zoe can work wherever. Actually, a lot of the time, in a lot of the films that we've worked together, she's been in Cleveland, even she just moved to LA. But she is from the Bay, so she understands it well. But I agree that the pool is small here, and then you really get to know the talent really well, and you already have established working relationships with a lot of people. And so when you're asking for favors or you want to make something creative, you already have a lot of the foundational work put in to, you know, having a good rapport and understanding, and that's great. And I love that about working here in the Bay. And there is actually incredibly talented, like world-class talented people, filmmakers here, and that's also great, you know, that we're so lucky to have both, like
True.
small and talented.
True.
Yeah.
Anyone want to add to that comment, that subject about working in the Bay Area, making films in the Bay Area?
I want to add one more, just a thing that I think is just special to the Bay Area is I've worked on a lot of films and I have worked on almost none about straight white guys, and that's just kind of special.
Yeah, the diversity here is wonderful.
Yeah, every feature I've ever worked on never has one been about a straight white guy, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, me too. Any other Bay Area comments before we get to the last question?
It's a beautiful and romantic city and a very cinematic city as well. I'm glad that I hope that the theaters, like cinema theaters, keep getting like that. I'm glad to see that there's still people like supporting that and continuing to go, and these festivals happening there. Fortunately, we moved back to LA for work, but it's San Francisco will always be like another home and stuff.
Right on.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful film community up there. too.
for sure.
Yeah, I love it. So since we're on, you guys, any last comments? Anything you want to add that I didn't ask you? Any parting words?
I'm excited to see everyone's work. I haven't had a chance to see everyone's work, and we're planning on making the drive up to be at the festival and connect with people and just be there to support too. So
Excited to meet everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Congratulations on finishing your individual projects. I think the challenging of any film is just to make a film, whether the collaborations are easygoing or not. I think just getting it to the finish line is always a big achievement in itself. So,
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. Wes, do you have any parting words? Anything you want to add?
Oh, I was actually going to say something along the same lines where I'm definitely going to be there at the screening, and it's going to be exciting to be able to meet a lot of you in person. It feels like so often we're watching things on screens in our own homes, and being able to just connect in person is there's nothing better. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, so when we have a Q&A live, it'll be even better because we've already had this practice.
Right.
Guy, how about you? Any final thing you want to add that I didn't ask you, or?
No, just thanks very much for providing, a great platform from which to show. It means a lot. So thank you.
Thanks for making your movie. Laura, do you want to have any final words?
Yeah, my co-director Shu couldn't make it, and just shout out to her. I adored working with her. So
Right
Shu
on.
watches this. Yeah, and thank you for putting this all together.
Of course, thank you. Allie, anything you want to add?
No, just thanks so much for putting this all together and for tolerating my wonky connection.
Sure. Zoe, anything you want to add?
Love you, Amanda. And yeah, no, just happy to be here.
Cool. Love your film, Amanda. Anything you want to add?
Thank you. Yeah, just the same thing, that I'm grateful to be, part of this platform, and look forward to seeing everyone's film. I will unfortunately not be able to be at the showing, but hopefully.
I didn't know that. I'm going to delete you here. I'm going to mute you. Alex, anything you want to add at the end here?
I don't know. Congrats, everybody, getting into a festival. The numbers are not working in your favor, so you all did it. Amazing.
That's right. That's true. That. Gabriel, any final comments?
Yeah, I'm just excited to be here, and I will be at the screening.
Yay, all right. And last but not least, the man whose name I'm mispronouncing, and I'm so sorry. Take it away. Any final words for us?
Yeah, I was born and raised in the Bay Area. I'm from San Jose. I did my schooling out in SoCal, and I know there's always this oh, LA's where's all the entertainment at? And me personally, I chose to come back to the Bay Area because I find more creativity and more fun working here. So shout out to the Bay Area fam, because we are amazing.
Right on. That's a great way to end this Q&A. Well, you guys are amazing. Like you've said to each other, congrats on just even finishing a film, not to mention getting into our film festival. Thanks for submitting to our film festival. It's a pleasure talking to you here. I'm going to see most of you at the Roxy, so I'm excited about that, but I hope I meet all of you in person someday real soon. So congrats, guys. And to the audiences, thanks everybody for watching. Check out more indie films at sfindie.com and support your local movie theater and independent films. All right, filmmakers, congrats. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care.